Governor Ademola Adeleke of Osun has said that the local government election slated for Saturday would hold. He expressed his resolve after Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi on Thursday advised Adeleke not to proceed with the election. Fagbemi urged Adeleke to respect the Court of Appeal Akure judgment, which he said restored the All Progressives Congress APC local government chairmen and councillors sacked in 2022 by the Federal High Court, Osogbo. But in a statement in Osogbo on Friday, Adeleke noted that democracy is governed by the rule of law and that nobody could assume the authority of the court. He advised all parties, including local and national stakeholders, to abide by democratic norms. The governor expressed satisfaction with the level of preparation by the state electoral body. And now we're joined by Peter Ameh, is a politician and secretary of the Coalition of Nigerian Political Parties, who joins us live from Abuja. Mr. Ameh, many thanks for doing this with us. Let's just get started because we're pressed for time. We have a case where politics is again playing out, but with great bitterness this time. Violence, disagreement, the list is endless. From your position in this as opposition, what do you make of this scenario in Osun State?
I think, first of all, we need to get this thing right, because the interference and all the violence that is occurring is as a result of the fact that we have had different kind of irregularities that have marred the conduct of local government elections in Nigeria. So people don't really believe in the process. But what is happening today is that Section 197 that is supposed to that gave CX power to be able to conduct free and fair local government for election for political parties to participate and then put their candidate forward is under trial today. For the Attorney General, what I thought he should have done is to stay clear of this process, so that if the case is going to Supreme Court for further interpretation, then they would have gone to Supreme Court, because he's saying that the case was dismissed by the Court of Appeal. But what was the dismissal about? Because first of all, it was the Federal High Court that removed them. So if the case is dismissed, is he saying that it was dismissed based on the fact that it was the appeal by the APC candidate of the local government was not substantial enough to sustain the appeal? Or was it dismissed on the fact that the case does not have the necessary ingredient to pass through the scrutiny of the judges? So we need to understand this fact that the check is the creation of the Constitution and has been empowered by Section 197 to conduct local government elections. And if the elections have been set, there's no court of law, office of law, that will stop the election from holding. It is because if you set that kind of precedent, that means if we set date of election for national election, then there will court of law that will also stop that. So let everybody be patient. Let them go through the process of the election and stop using state apparatus, because the violence is uncalled for. The forceful takeover of secretariat is uncalled for, and the security agency acting as if they are not aware of the situation and people are dying is so embarrassing. And we should be able to have security agencies that must be beholden to the people, either by people of Osun State or people of Nigeria, right, so that they can always do their work without political interference, so that they can also go and know that if the APC and PDP are fighting, anybody who dies, the people who die there are Nigerians. So they should be able to go there and then put a stop to that and not take sides. So what we are saying today is a result that, yes, democracy is on trial. It's on trial based on what? Because the Attorney General's word actually is not a force of law. What he's saying is an advice. But that advice can be taken by the CX, because what we have today in Nigeria, we have independent electoral commissions, each in each of the states, which is 36, and we have one for the federal, which is the Independent National Electoral Commission. So we cannot have a situation where another Attorney General will come another time and also be dictated to state whether they should conduct election or not. If there's any clarity that must come to this case, it must go to Supreme Court.
Mr. Ameh, I mean, there's a lot going on in the state to the point where the House of Reps had to ask the DSS DG and the police IG to, just to be on guard to restore some sort of normalcy to the streets of Osun State. And there's also been rumors that there might be a declaration or a state of emergency declaration. At this point, what then will be a solution, a long-lasting solution going into Saturday tomorrow?
A long-lasting solution is to ensure that elections are conducted. You can't put a stop to a process that is already ongoing. The date of election has been set. That is what the court have always said. The people have declared to participate. The APC said they are withdrawing for the election. How many times a party withdraw from election in Nigeria that the election was stopped? There are other cases at their disposal to remedy their case. If the election has been conducted, they can go to the tribunal or further their case to the court of Supreme Court. So nobody should put the citizens of Osun, our own fellow Nigerians, under immense tension because of power. Because if it's done for the interest of the people, it should not lead to the death of the people. Because the people demand that there should be peace and tranquility within the state, and there should be proper governance within the state. If the APC goes to the election tomorrow and they lost, they can appeal, they can go to the tribunal, and if they refuse to proceed to participate in the election, they can forward their case to the Supreme Court, where we will have clarity on what should have been done, or the process that were followed, whether it was sanctioned by the court or sanctioned by the Constitution of Nigeria. So we cannot have people who political power determines their interest for the people of the state.
Mr. Ameh, it's hard to tell whether tomorrow will be peaceful, if going to the polls tomorrow will be the solution. Because, I mean, seeing how it's played out this past days or week is only begs to ask the question how tomorrow will be like, and whether or not the electorates will be safe enough to come out to cast their votes. But we're out of time. Mr. Peter Ameh, many thanks for doing this with us. We appreciate you for coming on.
Thank you.